welcome back to Redlands, California. It's time trial day at the Redlands Bicycle Classic presented by the San Manuel Band of Mission Indians. Brad Soner here with Chad Andrews on the first day of what's going to be a big GC race, but a little different this year, Chad. We start with the time trial and the climbing comes later in the week this year.
Yeah, this 7.1 mile course will start our GC, Brad. The course itself, it's at out and back, just over three miles. The interesting thing I noticed about this course, on the out section of it, it's a tailwind. But it is bumpy. You get about a mile up the course, it's going to be bumpy on the way. They'll flip it around, and then the tailwind, we've seen some of the para-athletes coming down. They'll be approaching 40, 50 miles an hour to set up for our initial GC slotting.
Yeah, it starts really slow, finishes really fast. Our para-athletes underway right now. Pro women about to get underway, followed by the pro men. We'll have more updates throughout the day. Thanks for watching the Redlands Bicycle Classic presented by the San Manuel Band of Mission Indians.
3, 2, go, Slicker. Thank you.
We are at stage number 1, the time trial. We're almost at the turnaround of the 7.1 mile course. You can see behind me, the course does bump up just a little bit. The grade itself is not too bad. It's a tailwind on the way up like we talked about with Brad earlier today. And on the way back in, it is a ripper downhill. One of the things that's really unique about this course, that not only does it go up with a tailwind, but it does have some bumpy features to it, which I think for riders that are in a time trial position may have a tendency to shake around a little bit. But it is a direct out and a direct back. Starting with the GC set up here with stage number 1. Here comes the spots.
Time trial champion, 16:43 is the time to beat. We're going to go.
Pro women just wrapping up as we saw some incredibly fast rides on a hot day here in Redlands, Chad.
Yeah, I actually went to the top, Brad, and the wind, the low dew points makes it super dry. And of course, the little bit of climbing made this for a super challenging course for the women.
Well, early fast time set by Ruth Winder. She turned in a 16:48, one of the first riders to come across the line, so spent quite a bit of time in the hot seat. Then we saw Leah Thomas rolling through. She set a new fast time, which ended up moving her into second because obviously the world champion of Amber Neben wearing the rainbow stripes. One of the final starters sets the fastest time. Neben wins the stage here on the time trial. She'll be leading the GC heading into stage 2 tomorrow. It's time trial day here at the Redlands Bicycle Classic, which means time trial bikes. I'm here with Eric Marestio, the mechanic for Rally Cycling, talking about the Diamondback bikes that these guys will be using today. Eric, take us through a little bit the differences between a road bike and a time trial bike that you guys will use today.
All right, so what we have here is the Diamondback Sirius. Biggest thing that you'll notice is going to be the big disc wheel, just to slice through the air, maximum aerodynamics. Front wheel is also a little bit different from your normal spoked wheel. We're using the Head GT3 tri-spoke. It's just slices right through the air, maximum speed.
I noticed the handlebars too. Not a whole lot of comfort on these bikes, is there?
No. Usually the saddle will be pushed forward a little bit more, and then it's all about just being as tight and as aero and narrow as possible. So you don't have the traditional drop bar. Kind of get rid of that and then go to the aero extensions to really stay nice and tight and aero the whole time.
And the other thing about these time trial bikes, the fit is really important for the riders. A lot of very small adjustments for all the contact points on the bike.
Very small adjustments, a centimeter here and there can make grams of difference in drag. And like we'll take our guys to the wind tunnel and play with it up and down to see where the perfect position is for those guys.
All right, we'll see these underneath the Rally Cycling team today at the Redlands Bicycle Classic presented by the San Manuel Band of Mission Indians.
The race against the clock, the race of truth, the pain cave, in the box, whatever you want to call it, that's stage number 1 of the Redlands Classic, presented by Manuel Band of Indians. What is a time trial if you're new to the sport or if you're an aged veteran that you know everything? On a scale of 1 to 10, this 15-minute time trial for the men is all about suffering. Beginner cyclists, you don't know how hard you should go on a time trial. Let's give you an idea. This is how your alphabet's gonna go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S. If you're not breathing like that in a time trial, you're not going hard enough. Conversely, if you're talking like this, A, B, C, D, E, you're not going hard enough. That is what a time trial is all about. Going just hard enough so you don't blow up, but too hard so you're not saying your ABCs like they're nothing. Chad Andrews here, stage number 1, Redlands Classic.
Is exactly why people want to live in California.
Pro men just wrapping up here at the Redlands Bicycle Classic. Brad Soner here with Chad Andrews for the individual time trial. Sergey Vetkov off to an early lead, but Chad, it was a close one looking at second on down the line.
Yeah, from top 10 all the way to the top, of course, your leader, Sergey Vetkov for Jelly Belly. The interesting thing is it's the number 2, Brad. 2 minutes between the United Healthcare riders, Cataford and Mannion, and from Mannion to your leader, Vetkov, 0.2 of a second. So tomorrow should be a battle between United Healthcare and Jelly Belly.
Well, certainly the 2 riders that we'll be watching as we head to stage 2. Gavin Mannion in 2nd place overall, and Sergey Vetkov in the yellow jersey.